嘿，大家观众好，Welcome back, Happy New Year!
大家好，新年快乐！我是柯
Yeah,
老师。
yeah, welcome back to Asian Global Now. We are in Houston, Texas, with Edge Radio Network. You can see us on every Monday from 11 to noon. 每个礼拜一早上11点到中午可以看我们的亚洲生活在美国。今天我请了我的特别来宾，我们特别的好朋友，就肖英珍老师。你好。
好，杰克你好，谢谢你邀请我来这个。
Yeah, we invited my favorite friend is Alice Chow. She's going to here talk to us about what does she do, and it's very, very interesting. Okay, well, welcome to our show. Yeah, well, for my sister and lots of friends, in Houston, Texas, tell me you do something very unique. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you from China, from Taiwan, from Malaysia? Where are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
OK, 他从台湾来的。OK, 你在台湾长大的吗？
在台湾长大，大概。
Okay, so she come to America when she was 11, 12 years old. So what did you study in university? Pick a major. What is it?
Nutritional science 就是营养学。
Oh, very good. 营养学太好了。So now we get into nutrition. So what do you do after that? After college, what do you?
我absent 对，我就发现说 ，That's why I went.
Okay. Well, when she graduated from college, she did a lot of volunteer work in hospital and retirement home, and in many areas she went to, she decided they need a lot of internally, emotionally, mental health has become very important. So she decided slowly transfer her interest and pick a different direction. So that is great.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, what kind of education process, 怎么样的教育过程能够做这种心理辅导呢？
心理辅导除了需要一个 medical background， 所以我有去。
Really? Okay.
然后最主要是要 understanding 的，慢慢的从变类。
哇，那差不多多长的时间呢？
我花了，对，
因为每个人都不太一样嘛。
是的，是大学用2年，又2年，加上义工，我想有超过10年。
OK。
到现在还在。
Wow. So for her, it took about after graduating from college, it took 2 more year extra study and maybe get some other study and get an intern. And working with the different various locations, very experienced, and slowly get a license. So it's a long process, but it's a very, very special, unique market. So she's get herself into. So that is wonderful. Now tell us, how long you been in Houston, Texas?
大概6年。
5-6年. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. About 5 or 6 years. Are you working with a hospital, a clinic, or retirement? What was it like when you first started?
When I first started, I started volunteering. I went to Houston Hospice. I'm bilingual. Chinese.
Trilingual.
Right, so I do volunteer. Simple concept.
Okay. 这就简单的辅导，就是说，so tell us exactly what does that really mean when you work in the hospice? People have a terminal illness. So how are you communicating with them and their family? 他说我就问他，当他这种辅导的时候，跟家庭啊，还有这个病人怎么样沟通，怎么样的了解他们？
当一个人生，
对，
他不是只有body，所以我们去，家里的人就是，
对，
有时候是这个靠，给他们一点faith，对，他有这个样。So
mentally support, give the patient confidence to continue. Yeah, from internal mentally. Well, that's very important because we know in our society, people forgot the daily work, very busy. 每天上下班很忙，往往心理跟着这个精神上面的压力很大。有 lots of pressure. 像小孩子啊，或者父母亲啊 ，we have a tremendous pressure And besides job，除了工作以外，
对，
对，What are you suggesting to do？你的对他们建议，像我们普通人的话，生活上你怎么？
生活上哈，你看你有工作，你有
对
那已经很，再加上家里有父母生
对
病哈，
对对
那最主要照顾好自己。Don't forget yourself。
，OK，
有时候要 take a
很
break，
重要
take
啊
a。break，drink
对
some
对对对
coffee， go
对。
outside，listen to music，或是做些你喜欢做的 hobby，release。
So you say basically what to start from ourselves
Right,
first.
relieve the stress.
Ourselves first.
嘿
Feel
对
good, relaxing. That is good. So what do we do for relaxing? For your suggestion to like non-patients to say, okay, you work all the time, but you need to do something for yourself to relaxing. What would suggestion for them to do?
Some people 他觉得like exercise， they
Uh-huh.
like to or listen to biking。
Okay.
Some people like to do crafting。
Oh,
那像
okay. 手
我
工艺品。
像
Yes.
我做这个 flower。
Oh,
some
yes.
people
See the
enjoy
beautiful
from-
flower? We're going to get to that.
Yeah，
Yes.
所以有的人他喜欢 flower arrangement， 那像我可以用 flower 来做 counseling。
Okay.
来，我们等一下可以
Yeah,
explain。
we're going to tell you about. So there's a many different way we can
Different
do
way.
things
Yes。
to our life to 我们可以想出各种不同的方法，你可以做园艺，做手工艺品，还有的话，有的时候可以各种不同的就是说 exercise 各种不同的体操活动、或者做运动这方面，都对身心上的健康非常的重要，
对，
对吧？那食物呢？食物也很重要吗？
食物很重要，因为有时候 if we feel stress, people overeat， 他可能就
I
乱
see
吃 junk food。
OK，
但是在这个时候，你还是要有点告诉自己，哎，I gotta take care of my body， 所以他是要 eat well 啊，还要 sleep well， 要睡觉啊，要舒服，要健康。他吃东西不要因为是压力要乱吃。
I see.
好
Well,
Yeah.
Alice's suggestion, if you are under tremendous pressure, people have a tendency to eating disorder and eating lots of junk food or overeating because of stress or pressure. And it's kind of, some people call it comfort food, but you have to eat something healthy to make it physically healthy or make you mentally better. So that's good. 所以说，因为我们现在有很讨厌的 COVID-19
啊，是的。
来讲，那你对我们这些观众是怎么样建议的？因为大家都很紧张，很怕受到传染。在心理上面，你说叫他们怎么做准备？How do you prevent? Because we have a COVID-19. So ask Alice, what are we prepared emotionally for this very stressful time?
而且像 COVID-19 它也属于一种 virus 嘛，
Uh-huh,
那你觉得
uh-huh.
它你不要害怕，你就把它当
OK
成是要做好，像医生，那人与人，但是相信像这种东西是会 go away， 就好像一个 flu 或是一个 virus over time will go away， 但是这个时候你不要太恐惧，你还是要过你的生活，以后你就是把自己的防卫做好就好，该怎么做就怎么，该怎么生活还是要
That's
生
right.
活。
Well, Alice counsel, we have to live our daily life naturally. We're going to make sure follow the guideline, wear your mask, keep a social distance, or constantly wash your hand, keep it germ free, and same time make sure you have a very good night rest. Sleeping is a very important part of immune, right?
对，
And so most important, keep a happy, moody, and don't overly nervous or stress out. Because he say over time, this is like a flu symptom, like a flu pandemic. Eventually will go away. The time will 慢慢的. So that is a very good suggestion. So with the food, you think that some people do just the vegetarian, 吃素，
对，
有的
对
人是 half and half. OK， 你觉得话是哪一种的食物对身心方面很重要？你觉得吃素是好的吗？还是不一定一定要吃素？
我觉得这是个人哈，因为有的
I see
人他的身体他可能需要一些没有办法完全只是吃素，但是主要吃素是因为你的慈悲，你最主要是不要杀生的那种吃素的感觉。但是我觉得那个营养平均对个人是最重要的，
I see
不管你怎么吃，对身体重要是最 important 的哈。所以不管你吃什么，只要你觉得舒服，身体健康就 OK。Yeah.
Well, I asked Alice, I say, what kind of food would be make us feel better? Because some people are vegan and vegetarian, or somebody's have a half, somebody's like eat lots of meat, we call keto diet right now. Today is very popular. So she say it depends on everybody. The most important, we must have a balanced diet. Okay, what you're eating doesn't matter what it is. Make a balanced diet that is the most healthy for your body. So and because different nationalities eat different things.
Yes.
Like American have tendency to eat a little heavier, you know, and Chinese have a different thing, also eating lots of fried food.
Yes.
You know, so we want to eat more healthy because Some people just eat vegan means they have no meat at all. I think it's extreme. 有的时候我还完全吃素。他说 what is it most vegetarian or vegan is the idea was they don't want any killing of any living creatures. So that's most of the mentality or ideas. So we can see that's the reason too. So well, some people like just like Chinese, we have 和尚啊，
对，法师啊，
吃素啊，这些都是很好的。
因为他们在提倡慈悲，就是 compassion 对
compassion, kindness to our environment. So that's very good. So well, don't go away. We're going to come back talk some more because there's so much we wanted to ask Alice. 大家不要走开，我们等一下回来还有很多的问题要好好的仔细问他。所以的话，我们一下就回来。我们现在有一点 break。Yeah， 我们这是 Asian Global Now. We'll be right back.
谢谢。
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Hey, welcome back. This is 傅凯。我今天请到我的特别肖老师，
大家好，
肖一珍老师。他是来自叫做 Healing Hope Spiritual Counseling. Yeah, and he is certified. Yeah, helping us. Yeah, counseling. And also, now we're going to tell you what it is. 印心堂，还有婚姻寻导 （Marriage and Relationship）、青少年辅导、事业生活心理疏解。祈福信仰、指点迷津、花艺疏癌还临终关怀。In English, 就是 Youth and Adolescent Counseling, Life Goals and Career, Mental Health and Stress Relief, Faith and Prayer, Advice and Guidance, Meaningful Flower Meditation. We're going to talk about that. That's very special. At Hospice Home Care. Yeah, we're going to come back to ask 肖老师意见更关于肖老师。 非常高兴我们节目，我对这方面知识非常非常的缺乏，什么都不知道，所以我今天要好好的仔细问问你。Okay, I'm going to ask a special. I know nothing. So if I having some kind of very stressful, I have a kids, teenagers, and they're having lots of adolescent problems. So should I bring them to you, or I as parents come to see you first, or we come together? 我们好像年轻人的话，我们小孩子在 teenage 的时候很难管他们，我们自己来先受到辅导的，然后还是把小孩子一起来，觉得应该怎么样做？
我有一些case，妈妈或是父母他会先来
，OK，
那先来他会先告诉我他的状况，然后这是第一步。好，那第二步呢，就是孩子要看这个孩子愿不愿意来跟我沟通。那最主要是孩子，因为如果他来的时候，他会把他心里的话跟我讲出来，那我就更了解状况。然后第三步再把妈妈、爸爸请过来，跟他们说孩子的心声，然后最后再做一个 family。所以它有很多个 step and stage. It's a long process.
Okay.
Yeah.
他说 if there's a family having adolescent teenager problem, the first stage, of course, the parents come to talk to counseling, talk to Alice about what's going on. Then second part, Alice maybe had a little interview talking to the kids,
right,
a teenager. Then the third stage, we have the family and the kids together. Then after that, the fourth stage is we're going to the final process of counseling. It's a slow and long process,
right?
But how long? You talk about 6 months, 2 years?
有时候中间 every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, few months. 但是 the most important 要看看这个 family 他们的 communication， 还有跟他辅导有没有去 try。They work together, and 很多 successful case， 所以还挺好的。
我就问他到底这中间有多长的时间，2个月、2年。他说刚开始主要是看这个家庭的问题，因为假如说大家沟通，就是说互相了解，然后时常见面谈的话，这个成功性，就是说辅导性的成功性就比较高。但是对他来讲的话，成功性往往就很好，主要是这个小孩子要愿意来，
也要愿意来，只要小孩子 open up。Okay. 事情就比较容易 open，因为你要知道 what's the problem，what's causing the problem。
对，就主要他们心里的问题是什么问题？
对 ，what's causing it？
Yeah, because I have a friend and she has a daughter have a very suicidal thoughts a lot.
对
，because of depression.
是。
Okay, so she's a very like stay in her room. She don't want to get out. 有我一个朋友，他跟女儿，她每天在屋子里，她不要出来。Yeah， 然后她非常的心灵，经常的。那就是什么 ？depression，
对，
也就是非常的忧郁，
对，
所以有很多这种很不好的这种想法，所以妈妈跟爸爸非常的担心，想带他出来辅导。像这种方面你可以帮忙吗？
可以，就是说，因为一个人他不会说没有原因的 depress， 他一定有一个 cause， 所以我们要 find out what's the cause root， 然后让他去看清楚是什么东西，是什么原因，他自己会这么 depress， 然后帮助他从这个 depress 慢慢的 move out。move out 以后就会更开心，因为他自己要先看到问题在哪里，然后再来解决问题，然后慢慢的再出来。对。
So we're gonna start very slowly because first we're gonna find out what is the cause of depression. Then from that, we can start the guidance and give an ideas how we're going to fixing or counseling the problem. Talk to the kids, adults sometimes, So what exactly? So that's a very good. So do you face a lot of those family with the kids problem?
有，而且有一个 case 比较特别，就是妈妈会说，奇怪，他以前很活泼，怎么忽然到了 teenage， 就像你刚才说，躲在房间里，好像谁都不想见。他妈妈就觉得很奇怪，但是孩子也不愿意沟通。后来跟我沟通以后才知道说，原来在学校被欺负，这种欺负是。不是一般的欺负，那他不敢跟人家讲，因为这是面子问题，他又害怕。但是跟我说了以后，first person 可以 let out 他的 pain， 他被欺负的过程，对。然后我会跟他讲，不是你的错，你慢慢的。然后他也说不要跟妈妈讲 ，too embarrassed。我们也会 keep 他的 privacy。
Is he a boy or girl?
Girl。对，所以他的过程是在学校发生一些事情，那我们在这里就不要讲太多。但是这样的 case 父母不知道，但是他找到我。有一个人可以倾诉，然后后面才好起来，因为他就是躲在那个像你说的 corner，
Yeah, what I was saying, one of the parents was questioning their daughter because she used to be very outgoing. All of a sudden, she changed. The behavior changed. So they just want to find out what's the roots. So they brought her. This young lady talked to the counselor, and to say realize that the problem was in the school he had a bully problem. Which is now is very popular. So they decide to. Why did she start talking to Alice and started finding the problem? They can helping them. He said, also, don't tell my parents. It's embarrassing to me because I don't really want anybody to know. So, but through the counseling, and they were helping them to realize the problem and solving the problem emotionally.
Yeah, but sometimes 就是因为他需要有一个人讲话，不然他憋在这里太难受。讲出来有时候他就会 get better。对 so that's why we are here.
Right, open your heart and communication is the key.
It is.
So do you do like a marriage counseling between couple?
有。
So what's that like?
I have an interesting case. 就是太太来找我，不要跟我先生说 ，OK privacy。先生来找我，不要跟我太太说 ，OK fine。然后就本来是要 divorce。我说但是我就是 little things， 但是后来经过辅导，about 8 months。
Right.
然后两个人可能就和好了。然后和好以后呢，有一天他就说：“肖老师，原来我的老婆来找你。肖老师，原来我老公来找你，谢谢。而且 I keep private for both。但是最主要是本来要离婚，就没有离婚，因为有时候是需要沟通。Right. So 那个 case 对我来说很 interesting.
Well, she tell me a very interesting case.
是的。
Because as the way that she does, marriage counseling, she say one of the wife come to say. Want to talk to her, but don't tell the husband. The husband also comes to say, I want to talk about my wife, and don't tell my wife. So after 8 months of long-term communication, they will almost want a resolution of the divorce. But after 8 months counseling, communication, and they actually resolve the problem, which is to keep the marriage together. And they find out they all both privately, secretly asking Alice, but Alice said, well, since you told me to be privacy and confidential, so we decided not to tell you which go ask for my help.
对，那你自己跟老婆说你来找，那是你自己说的。
Yeah, and you would tell each other. That's one thing. But see, Alice did a very, very important. Just like a lawyer, you have a client, you have confidentiality, like a doctor and patient. So that's really helpful. Yeah. So are this couple in the 30s or 40s or 50s?
应该是 almost 50， 他们孩子都长大了。
Wow.
那都长大了。
So that's a very real case.
是两个人走了一辈子的路，后半生为什么要断？But sometimes the reason is interesting， 所以你帮他沟通，他想不通，他为什么要分开？后来想想为什么不要分开了，就留在一起。
Yeah, I asked that this couple, the gay, she said probably in their early 50s. The kids already grown up, but they having their own communication problem. So she focused on the counseling to each other. Eventually realized it's just really small things. It's not a really big deal, but somehow I guess everybody got stuck in a corner, right?
对，
So once they started counseling and communicating, realized the problem, then we can helping them. So they decide to keep the marriage together. So that's a very good, because today we have such a high divorce rate than ever. Because the people work, family, so much stress, and once they got stuck somewhere, they say, "Oh, I just better to divorce or starting over." They don't know that starting over is just as hard, right?
是。
So did you counsel divorced couple like a single parents? 好像就离了婚的，单身妈妈或单身爸爸的，有没有给他们 counseling？
有的是离婚以后，他会觉得一个人力量不够，他觉得 How do I go on with my life? I'm so alone。但是我有时候跟他说，你不会 alone 啊，你还有孩子啊，你还有自己的生活，所以有时候最主要是自己，你自己有那个 confidence to know who yourself are， 自己认识自己，慢慢的他会觉得，对啊，我为什么一直觉得一定要有个依靠？等他自己坚强起来，可以走这条路的时候，他就变得更坚强。带着孩子一起走。那 maybe in the future find a second person， 对不对？第二次的婚姻 ，it's always possible.
Yeah, so I asked Alex, there's a lot of single divorced parents. Do they ever come for counseling, ask for some kind of guidance and help? Because a lot of times the single parents feel the life have so much pressure, raising a kid, making a living, doesn't have a partner to depend on or working with them together as a team. So her job is to make sure helping these individual single parents, male, female, mommy or daddy, and creating a stronger confidence and creating better communication with themselves. okay, and we're able to help the kids. Yeah, because sometimes divorced parents are one of the hardest.
Yes.
Yeah, he's eventually in time, once you build enough self-confidence, life in track, so you once you down the road you may find a new partner and join together. So, but that situation is more healthy. It's like I need somebody. Okay, it's not a desperation need.
对
right？就有些人呢，好像我赶快认为早跟你结婚，好像
对
减少我的负担，
对
跟我
对
分担这个生活上的
是
压力。
但是有时候因为这样的一个 emotional 的 decision，有时候他就说我怎么又结婚又做错了，因为他是在一个 emotionally 的 make a decision，所以他不能比较 logic。所以我们先把自己处理好了，哎。You're ready for a second marriage， 那你会知道 What do I want this time？
人的心理情绪化的心理，这一定要平衡了之后，才能够再去接受下一个。
不然的话，你会 decision 就是在这个 emotion 的时候 make decision， 有时候他就后悔了，又后悔了。
然后又后悔。
是。
比如说，假如你就太匆忙了之下，然后决定的话，好像说我好像突然就恋爱了，然后往往这个好的开始，
对，
结果就会。重复，以前发生同样的事情。
是。
So what do you do if someone do make a mistake？ 假如发生错误，他来找我，现在我很后悔，又结婚了，我现在应该你又怎么跟他讲？
有一个很有趣，他是有4个孩子，然后所以他就觉得说哇，我现在最快的方法就是可能找一个先生，有一个 financially 的依靠。但是后来结婚发现不是他想象的那样。
OK。
那既然已经结婚了嘛。那我就说，那我们就 try， 可能这个人也有他的优点，不然的话你也不会爱上他嘛，对不对？结婚，所以要从那个观点再来说，既然你选择了，那我们再看看怎么样进行这个 compromise， 这个沟通，这个 communication， 它还是可以有相处的，两个若好，还是一个很 happy， 还是会变成一个 happy 的 marriage。
Well, at tell me something very interesting. Also, we have a lady who got married, and he thought we'll have a new husband or new partner will be help financially support. And her expectation doesn't really happen the way she thought or planned it. So she comes for help. So Alice say, maybe there is the reason you like this guy and creating a relationship. Maybe there's something you really like about him. Why don't you focus on that? Eventually relationship might work out. So over time to the guys and the counseling, they found a common ground. Eventual relationship will work out well.
So that way financial
就不是那么
对 financial 就不是那么 important for her 的，变成 partnership relationship 就更重要了。所以他的 shift 就不会说哦 financial， 他现在找到一个真正可以 take care 他的人，
找个金钱的背景的支持，完全是生活上面跟情绪的生活或人与人之间的关系的支持，
就找一个真的疼爱他的人了。
哇，
所以是不
非
一样的，
常宝贵的资料，对。所以这种方面事情非常重要。我们接下来还要谈更多的事情，我们讲到这些漂亮的花，你看好漂亮。下一位 Don't go, we'll be right back. Asian Global Now at Edge Radio Network every Monday. We'll be back with just a little break. 我谢谢，太好听了。
谢谢。
我们马上回来讲更多的。
好。
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay, so
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
各位圈观众，我是傅凯 ，Welcome back. I'm Jake Fu with our special guest Alice Xiao， 我们叫做肖英珍老师。
大家好。
Yeah， 他在应心堂专门做 guiding counselor， 英文嘛叫做 Hope Spiritual Counseling Healing。OK， 今天我们讲的一些很特别，在他的名片上面跟我讲有一个很特别的名字，我从来没听到过，叫做花艺舒压，英文叫做嘛 Mindfulness of Flower Meditation。这我要请教一下，这些这么漂亮的花哈，第一是你插的吗？
是的，这个特别送给你。
哇 ，Thank you so much. Yeah, he actually did the flower arrangement and gave me as a present. So and I have a beautiful. So you have a little red envelope， 一个小红包。
对，因为现在是 New Year 嘛，
对，
然后 New Year is coming， 所以给你个吉利。
谢谢。He gave me a very happy good fortune. There's a little red envelope say 牛气冲天 means good fortune coming non-stop. Wonderful.Okay, that's also another one. So tell us， 跟我们讲一下，这个插花跟这个心理学有什么关系？
我自己很喜欢插花，
Okay.
所以以前我也有教人家插花，然后后来就发现说跟学生在交流，可以透过花跟他 communicate， 后来就想说用花来辅导我的 client， 而且还挺 interesting 的，等一下再讲一些 case 给你听。
Okay.So he said when he started he loved flower arrangement herself. So slowly she realized it's also a way to reach, this patient or counselor needs and use a flower as a communication tool and to work. Now she's going to tell us some interesting case. Yeah, so tell me some special case. 就是很多特别是怎么样开始？
对，有一个孩子大概9岁。那他跟父母，他本来话就不多，但是后来妈妈发现他，好像最近会有点哭啊，或是难过，但是讲都讲不出来，因为他可能9岁嘛，他不会怎么表达。那他来我的地方的时候，我就用花跟他互动，然后就是我们来 make arrangement， 没有 rule， 他就自己。
Okay.
对不对？然后看完他这个花有他的这个 behavior， 我们从这个花再来 ask question。
Very interesting. Okay. Well, Alex tell me it was 9 years old and he have a little behavior change. The parents of a little worried, so she's kind of very, introvert. So we don't know what to ask, what to say. So she decide like the kids. Well, it's a boy or a girl?
A boy.
A boy to just give a bunch of flower light and make arrangement. So during the process of making arrangement, they're observing, and after arrangement, they will realize, okay, this is a way we can start asking questions. Okay, and this is interesting. We're going to say, so how did you ask? Okay, what did he do? Just cut the flower short? What did he do?
我就看他花插来插去就会有一枝花，比如说一个 pot， 他会有一枝花就自己 individual 在那么远，其他的都在这一撮，然后你就会问他，你的爸爸妈妈哪一个花是爸爸，哪一个？你懂妈妈？他说爸爸是这一支舞很远，妈妈是这里，我在这里，他有不同的arrangement。那你会说为什么爸爸的花这么远啊？怎么不靠近一点？这个就是有一个疑问了。他就
she will tell me something very interesting. So the 9 years old boy make a flower arrangement in a flower vase. And one side have one single flower on one side, another is all bunched up together on the other side. And so Alice says, and why this one all isolated? Who they're representing? What did your parents say? So she said, well, the one far away is representing daddy. And this one was mommy. So now we see that it's somewhere we can starting ask those questions. So she thought, then what happened?
然后你就问他为什么爸爸这么远？
Yeah, why the dad is so far away from you?
就常常不在呀、出差呀。其实他是在心里头觉得少了父爱，
I see.
缺少这一块。
I see.
然后同时他会 water， it's a pour， 他自己的那朵花。
Okay.
我就想，为什么他一直浇花？我就浇水，浇水。
Yeah.
我说，这个很多水哦，你为什么一直浇水？他跟我说 ，flower 在 crying。
Oh,
那就是他自己在 crying。
Right. He said first. He said the reason the one flower so far away from the rest of flower because the father wasn't spending lots of time at home, and he's always away at work. So he feel lacking the care and the love of the father. So also the 9 years old constantly put the water in the vase, and she's like, "Why are you doing that?" He said, "Well, I feel a little sorrow. I feel the flower sad. They are crying. So now we see where we're getting somewhere."
对对，那我就问他说，来，我这个水帮你收起来。不要让花流眼泪了，就是他自己。那怎么样不要让花流眼泪？你给我一个 idea。I asked the little kid。然后他就会把爸爸那个花拿起来，他就 relocate。Maybe 他就说 I think this will fix the tearing 这个 crying problem。那你就知道说，其实如果爸爸多跟他 spend time。Yes。这个就是他心里头的反应，跟花这样互动。
Yeah, the little boy. And so Alice said, "Will you stop putting so much water in the vase because what are we going to do to fix in the sorrow of the flower situation?" So the kid took the single flower, put it right next to the rest of the family together, and she said, "In this way, everybody together, and they won't be sad anymore." So as Alice can see, we can see how the case being resolved. So obvious we needed the father of the family spending more time and with the family together, helping the kids. This is how a 9 years old using a flower to express. Sometimes people use drawings, right? But
Drawing,
use flowers.
Yeah, 也是可以用 drawing， 但是有的人做他不会做，有的不会做，但是花他可以随便，它是有一个 movement。
Yeah，
对，也是。
Sometimes people use drawing， 就是画图，但有人不会画图，所以花的话就比较简单。拿到花的话，马上就可以表现。
对，而且有的人他生气的时候，他会把花折掉。
Really? Wow.
或是会，比如说 petal， 他就 crush it。
I see.
他就有一个 anger 嘛，会很生气。你会，他有很多动作跟 behavior 是会从这个花表现出来。
当这个做这个花草，就是 arrangement， 就是插花的时候，假如他心里很不高兴、很愤怒的话，往往会把这个花捏碎了。或者没有把它好好的照顾好，所以的话就可以表现出来，在心里面有一种不同的这种压力跟压抑，对不对？然后表现出来。So how long the process take？ 就多长的时间可以了解这个小孩子或者是成人的心理？
比如说你正在抄，大概给他5-6分钟就可以了。然后就开始 ask question， 然后找到 solution， 找到 problem， 然后我们再来跟妈妈讲，可能你的先生要多 spend time。然后后来他们自己改善，有一个就几个月以后，肖老师真的，这个爸爸现在知道要多陪他看电视啊，陪他玩，
孩子 ，and
then talk Daddy, guess what happened today in school？ 他就开始又活泼起来了 ，you see？
Yeah, he said. So he only gave the 9 years old about 5-6 minutes to do the flower arrangement and watch the behavior, take a notes, and ask question later. And we started to tell the parents the situation, what was causing the behavior change, right? Over time, we can see the report, the father changing their regular family routine. And in time, the kids become normal, like back before he become more open up. So that's a very, you're the only one create an idea or someone give an idea? 有人给你想的吗？还是你自己想到用这个花草？
因为自己我是很喜欢插花的人。那当然，我们每一个人都有自己的过程。我也有离婚的过程，我自己做心理辅导，我们也是一个 human being。那我很喜欢插花，所以有的那个过程，我觉得这个离婚的过程也是很痛苦。所以我会 understand 别人。但是我在插花的时候，我发现花 healed me，healing me。那我想说，如果他可以 heal 我的 situation， 我就希望透过这样的方法去帮助别人。所以对我来说有效。我想，let's try it。 所以我就用这样的慢慢的 try 不同的 case， 好像都 pretty good， 然后就 keep on going 用这个方法。
Yeah, what Alice says, I say herself personally is a divorcee. So for her, that's going through a very painful, better process in life. So he decided to use that in her study. So he started trying different ways communicating with people. She found a flower arrangement actually the most successful because slowly people express their feeling through the flower arrangement. And after the many trial and see how people responding, it turned out the flower arrangement is a very good way to communicating to themselves, and other people can watch the behavior and see what is they doing, what is happening, right? That is great. And also, I think it's very successful. Yeah. So how many people you see a day with this kind of situation? 一个礼拜看几个？
就是花，不一定要看情况。如果有的人他愿意讲，如果他讲不出来了，我们可能就用花来讲，或是用画画，或是干嘛。其实很多 method， 但是这个也是一种很特别的。
Alice, there's many ways to let people open up, talk about themselves. But if they're having hard time communicating through words, so use a flower arrangement is one of the methods for the communicating with you, which is good. So we're going to come back and continue our conversation, with Alice and with the Hope Healing Spiritual Counseling. So it's going to be important. Don't go. We'll be right back. Asian Global Now, 亚洲生活在美国，以下见面。太有意思了，
谢谢，
非常非常的精彩。
对，很有意思哦。
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Hey, this is the Talk About Unity show where I bring the talk.
And I bring the unity.
And together we talk about unity. Unity is what matters.
Come on.
And right now in our country, that's what we've got to do. So we do that here at Talk About Unity on the Edge Radio Network. Be with us every week.
It's going to be awesome. It always is. And I tell you what, the more we seek first to understand, then be understood, we make progress.
And we like to do that. And that's why everybody's on the brink. We love what we do at Edge Radio because everybody's on the edge. We bring them back from the edge and we bring the unity. So we're just glad to Edge Radio Network every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Talk about unity because here at Edge Radio Network, truth still matters.
Welcome back to Asian Global Now at AG Radio Network in Houston, Texas. We're on every Monday, 11 in the morning till noon. 每天礼拜一早上11点到中午 ，OK， 我们就会看我们的节目《亚洲生活在》。今天我请了特别来宾肖老师，肖应真老师跟我们解释心理辅导这一方面很重要的事。我们刚刚讲到插花的差异，就是花园的艺术。这个。First, I'm going to ask, where did you learn how to do flowering? Did you study Japanese style, American style, or Chinese style?
我喜欢插花嘛，后来想说，应该去跟这个专业学校学，所以 Houston Flower School 他们有开班，然后教你基本的，然后后面再来这个 certify， 所以你就可以变成一个 florist 或者 designer 这样子。
How long? How long?
好像因为我把自己浓缩成快速班，所以几个月，我1个礼拜去好几次。那你慢慢读也 OK， 它没有限制时间。
Now I asked Alice, how did she learn to the flower arrangement? Because it's actually a very complicated process. Okay, yeah. So she said there is a huge flower arrangement in place you can go actually learn and study. If you wanted, well, she needed relationship because she needed something to do her job. So she went there a couple times a week. So she get herself certified much quicker. And some people you want to just do as a hobby or crafting study, you can take your time to do it. But I didn't even know they got that here.
有
太棒了
yes, there's school.
Yeah, 他去的艺术就这个花艺指导。
对
So okay, now we go back. We will talk about individual 它的单人性的。
对
现在你跟我说还有其他的方法，其他的什么方法？
就是说母女，好母女间，你也可以2个人
Mother
一
and
起插花
daughter
，mother and daughter 2个一起插花。
Doing together.
就是
一起
自己的 part，you have
Okay.
yours，mother have 她的小孩的，然后我给女孩子一些花，妈妈一些花，妈妈就很快弄完，然后就看她女儿怎么还没弄完，然后就把她女儿东西全部再弄上去，女儿就生气了。
Yeah. Well, Ellie would tell me, well, for the counseling for the mother and daughter together, so there's a bunch of flowers for the mother side and some for the daughter. So when we starting to make the flower arrangement, the mother did it very quickly. When she finished, she said, well, she's too slow. She decided to come over to doing for her daughter. And the daughter just kind of feel like being invaded. She's like, and she just get a little upset and decide not to communicating with the mother. Obviously, so what
对
happened?，
完全 shut down，不说话了，
哇
完全 shut down，然后妈妈就开始生气。
The mom getting
你怎么
angry.
每次都这样？我跟你讲话你都不理，又来了。老师，你看他就是这样，不理我了。OK，so 就
So the
开始
mother
了。有一
was
个问
repeating, say, my daughter don't communicate with me. He's behaving, stubbornness and just very difficult for me to talk with her. Yeah.
是的。
So how do you solve the problem?
所以我就跟妈妈讲，你有没有觉得女儿在做的事情，你好像都要参与？我是为她好啊，因为她还是为她好。但是我们开始分析，在什么样的情况做功课、交朋友，还是说 even the small thing，洗碗这样的一个东西，你都不让她自己做，every little tiny thing 她都 involve，所以孩子觉得说。好像他自己都没有办法做主，yeah，所以他就生气，但是他不会跟妈妈吵，他就选择 ignore you，但这个不会 solve problem 的，对不对？所以要 communicate。
Yeah, so Ada tell me what happened was the mother coming out of goodness and kind of heart to say, well, let me help you, let me get the job done for you. You will do a better, perfect job. Blah this, blah that, and so never give the chance for the daughter to exploring her opportunity and exercising, or practice. So she just instead communicating with the mother, she decided to say, well, I'm just going to look other way. I decide I don't want to know anything more. I don't want to do it because it look like, I don't think that it is working. So the relationship between the mother and daughter becomes very strained.
是的。
Because of the communication. Because the mother mean well, but the daughter feel like he being limited
Very
with her
limited.
personal freedom of expression.
是。
So how did you solve the problem?
我就跟妈妈说，刚开始你要 let her do her own thing。
I see.
你很想管，但是先不要讲话，just 不要理他。妈妈说有点难说，但是你要 practice。但是 over time 在家里的事情，慢慢孩子觉得我有空间了 ，I can breathe。妈的不会一直在 on top of me。
I see.
慢慢的女儿就会跟妈妈说，反而她会问妈妈。妈妈，这个我不会，你教我。
I see.
如果你太 involved，她会躲你，但是她不懂。他来请教你，那我跟妈妈说，请教你的时候，你也要给他一点空间，不要 too push。所以，就像 tango，right balance，不要踩到人家的脚，不要踩到他。慢慢的，女儿就会跟妈妈亲啦。
So for Ellie's suggestion to the mother is that when you give your daughter assignment, let her do her thing on her way. Okay, let her have a tendency to expressing herself the way how she want to be done. Eventually, the daughter feel like she having questions or something incapability. She will come say, "Hey, mom, can you tell me because there's something I do not know what to do?" So the mother will say, "Okay, I'll help her." But also sometimes the mother or the parents be very careful. It's a balance act, like I'll say, it's a tango. So be very delicately, carefully the counseling and give the kids still have enough room for her to express herself. So creating a great personal, great even communications through So that's very good.
是
太好了。
是啊，是啊。其实母女之间、孩子之间，爸爸都是爱孩子，妈妈都是爱孩子。但有时候
The parents always love
too
the
much
children.
的时候，they run away. They don't want to come home till 12. 啊，家里太烦了，管我太多了。
The kids don't want to
对
come home because he feels so much stress and tension. So he doesn't want to come home to facing all this. You have to be perfect all the time, or what are you doing? Over questioning, and they feel like there's so much pressure. And the kids don't want to talk about because feel like too private.
对
Because they
too
don't know how to
private
express or communicate with adults.
是
Because they go to school all the time with their same age, right?
对
跟他们同一年。哦，太好。So okay, well now we're gonna ask you, where the best place to contact you? Do you have a place?
他们可以打电话给我预约，
Okay
会有 operator 讲 ，operator 那个有讲英文，
Oh,
他可
I
以
see.
留名字 ，and then 我们可以打回去跟他约个时间。
Okay, so you can make an appointment at Healing Hope with Spiritual Counseling Incorporated, and it's at 10707 Corporate Drive, 151, Stafford, Texas, near Katy. I mean near Sugarland.
Sugarland,
Yeah, phone number is 346-309-2046. Okay, you can make an appointment. 所以可以打电话跟肖老师这个辅导中心make appointment，就是约个时间跟他见面谈这一方面的事情。
对，那个电话是有讲英文接。
Okay
那如果有人他不会讲英文，他可以打给我手机，或是 Line 或是 WeChat。那因为中午有人不会讲英文，他就
Okay,
可以
it's
直
a
接找我。
bilingual
Yeah,
answering service,
right,
so you
right.
can also go down WeChat and Line 上面去找到杨文慧的 information 给你
Cell
看好
phone，对。
Yeah, it's www.healinghope spiritual. So HEALINGHOPESPIRTUAL.com. OK， 我肖老师的心灵辅导导师，美国医疗专科学院证书系 certified by the American Association 叫应心堂。Yeah, it's very, very important. Your mental health and communication with the family and friends and marriage and career. There's so much we can
对
talk about.
而且
So-
有的人他只是 alone at home， 想要
Yeah
人讲话 ，OK， 他也不一定
I
要
know.
mental
Yeah,
的
too much
他只
alone.
对
Yeah
也不一定是要 mental straight， 他如果想找一个人说话，那他也是可以来找我，都
Okay,
可
would
以。
somebody
yeah
feel you just wanted someone to talk about and what you're feeling about it, very privacy, you can talk to her. So 各位亲爱的观众，希望你下个礼拜继续接受看我们的节目。We're coming every week at with the Edge Radio Network, which AM/FM broadcasting throughout here, also on the Facebook. Yeah, and so very important, Asian Global Night 亚洲生活在美国。我们就要谢谢肖老师，
谢谢
还有这么美丽的话，说希望的话 ，flower arrangement will heal your mental health, communication with your family and friends. Very good.
谢谢
谢谢收看。不要忘记下个礼拜有什么事情的话，跟我们联络。肖老师以后可能也会有个特别的专访节目跟我们表演。谢
谢大家。
Also, Happy New Year,
Happy New
2021， 新年快乐，
新年快乐，拜拜。
谢谢，太漂亮了，好美。
谢谢，好，可以。